Today, I'm going to let Lucas talk to you about a webinar that he's going to conduct very soon. And it will have a very interesting subject. It is children and how to deal with your children or other people's children, knowing their chart and their planetary configurations and so on. That will most probably be very useful in many ways. That is what Lucas is going to talk to you now. So I'll just greet him and let him tell you all about it. Hello, Lucas.
Hi, Roland. Hello, everyone. Thank you very much for this introduction to the next webinar. So indeed, very interesting topic, isn't it? The relationship with children with the help of astrology. The purpose of this presentation will be to have a look to the interaction that we can have with our children, whether they are very young or if they are already grown-ups, because there is this idea that is quite widespread now about the inner children. And there are some points in astrology that can be related to that expression of the inner children. So whether they are, 2 years old, 3 years old, and you're accompanying them in the discovery of themselves, their psyche, their vision of life, their understanding, whether you are still accompanying them, but a bit more remotely as adults, children, so to say, there is still something we can understand, we can better, and astrology will help us that in giving us many different tools. So in this webinar, I'm going to address some of those ways to look at the interaction between parents and children.
Okay, and we all have been children, right, before we became adults. So there may be a lot left from that era in us somewhere. That's you call the inner children or inner child. We all have somehow a child inside of us, which is the child that we were or used to be. And what we went through may have contributed to make what we are today, adult.
Absolutely. Because what has been lived in early childhood is like the core around which we put some shells of experiences, but the core is still there, is still alive. So that's actually that energy here that we address by looking at some points in the chart. So if you have children of a very young age, you can directly contribute to the understanding of that very sensitive inner part, so you can guide your children to integrate that so that they are not emotionally blocked or traumatized, to learn how to work with that smoothly. And as an adult, there is still this inner core that exists, even though it might be a little bit harder to reach because of the layers of experiences and mentalization and all that we've lived that just are around that. But nevertheless, knowing this and somehow looking at us like children, so to say, symbolically, can help to understand that. And so during the webinar, we'll talk about this, and you can connect this, create a parallel with your personal inner child. We will give insights about what to look in the chart to be able to support the child growth or your inner child understanding. And we will also have a look to the role of the parents in their own charts as a parent. So the interaction between those elements will be shown, will be studied, and in the last part of the presentation, I will give some tools in terms of synastry, the comparison of chart. What are the points that you can look that are in your chart connecting to the chart of your child. And so this helps to see the interaction. Sometimes it's better than the one of the parents be the teacher of the child, because there are good connection to help him or her, grow, understand. Even if the educational level is less important, if you've studied less than your partner, but you have a good connection with what is representing learning in your child's chart, it might be better to take on this role due to the energy links between the souls, so to say, or the energy field of the people.
Yeah, that's very interesting because that will definitely help parents better deal with the children that actually very often are not really understood, and they become annoying at times because the children don't know how to ask what they really need because they don't really know what they really need deep down. So yeah, having a look at the chart of the child and the child of the parents will help comparing both to give useful information on how to deal with children as well as possible, to open a better life to them.
Indeed, that's what astrology is all about, indeed. Astrology for a better life, right?
That's correct. Well, we look forward to that, and you're going to tell us when that is going to happen, what time, and so on.
Absolutely. So the webinar will be held on the 30th of August. It's a Saturday and it will start at 2 p.m. Universal Time. So I will provide in the form the link where you can check out your own time zone to know when it starts for you, depending on where you are located. I will add that there is a replay that will be sent to each participant, so there is plenty of time to rewatch the presentation to get out of it as much as possible to help you deal with those so important relationships in your life.
Thank you very much for your presentation, and see you soon.
Thank you very much, Roland. Thank you, everyone. See you soon.